here is the embarrassing state of trouble in our skies as it is right now. This is the demo level, also the tutorial and very first level of the game. Bear in mind, most of what you see will be changed, including the AI-generated trash sprites, which will be changed to 3D hand-drawn assets soaked in human sweat and tears. This is all mostly in its prototype phase, so it does not look very pretty. The map is way too large, the gameplay loop and mechanics need some refining. The priority for this project not so long ago was to complete this demo level, but things have changed since then because humans, or at least I, tend to suck at timeline estimations, and also urgencies define new priorities, so we won't be talking much about gameplay today. There will be more about gameplay in upcoming devlogs. Today we'll be talking about my little conundrum with prioritization and urgencies. And although this video is a devlog and not a tutorial, I hope that you can take away something valuable, expand on my ideas or form your own ideas about project management. The problem I am facing is that my creative assistant, Milena, will be moving abroad by the beginning of next year, and we don't work very well together over long distance. This creates some urgencies because aside from being deeply involved in the creative side of Trouble in Our Skies, she is my concept artist and will be voicing about 2 characters in the game. The primary urgency here, it seems, is her voiceovers. She requires my presence, equipment, and directives when recording her voiceovers, so I have to get all of her lines ready as soon as possible. And how can I do that unless I write the script, or at least parts of the script that are relevant to her voiceovers? This makes the story priority number 1, doesn't it? Well, I've come to understand that development is not always that linear. There's a reason why the many elements of any game typically go through an iterative process before finalization. Take for example, a gameplay loop update may lead to a story update, thus a modification to the script. Going by that logic, I shouldn't hyper-focus on one aspect of the game since it is subject to change and iteration. Rather, I should take a more holistic approach, because working on one thing may lead to a development in another because everything's connected. So, aside from writing the story for the next coming weeks, shouldn't I also be working on the art, the soundtracks, refining the game loop, etc.? I think that would be ideal, so that the project comes alive in a more organic, natural way, everything moving in tandem. I think that it can also prevent inconsistencies between the many elements of the game, but urgencies come in and they have other plans. And amongst these many urgencies and priorities, I have to start creating promotional material like this devlog and show the progress of the game to you, my stakeholders. And I'm also trying to raise funds so that I can pay Milena what she's worth instead of just ice cream, hot chocolate, and tea. So do check out my Patreon and Ko-Fi. And finally, will I be able to get everything that I need from her before she leaves? Most importantly, her voiceovers. I think that with a tight action plan, it's possible. There are many ways to deal with such an urgency, and my current action plan looks something like this. Step 1. Downscale and simplify the project to the point that I can complete it very soon. Best case scenario, before 2026. That is before she even leaves. It may sound impossible, maybe it is, but I also think that downscaling and simplification can work like magic. By default, I tend to overcomplicate things, thus leading to a lot of problems and delays, but I have recently been actively trying to simplify and downscale my ambitions and processes. Moving on to step 2, drafting the character and lore bibles. Right now all I have are relevant notes hidden within jungles of irrelevant notes because when Milena and I brainstorm, we don't follow a single thread. We go all over the place. I mean, that's mostly her fault, but there's a reason it's called a brainstorm. Everything flies all over the place. The result is 3 notebooks that are almost reaching their final pages, so I'll have to go on the hunt for all the relevant notes. For those of you who don't know what a character bible or lore bible is, it's basically like the main source of truth for all the creative elements of your project. Take for example, for the main character of the game, Lammy, his character bible will contain the reason why he shut down many years ago, why he woke up years later, who he was to Nyla, his origins, etc. Amongst other things, this is to minimize inconsistencies in the story, solidify the character's roles and personality, and in my experience, it makes writing so much easier. Step 3. Once I have all the important information put in their respective places, I will draft the story outline. At least just enough for Step 4. Finalizing Milena's lines, and finally recording her voiceovers over the duration of her final weeks with me while we start working on the art, the soundtracks, refining the game mechanics and all that. Hopefully by then, I'll have whatever I need from her, because whatever modifications to the story or the script after she's gone, there is nothing I can do about it but to find a way to work around it. Best case scenario, the game's already done by then. Now, there are 2 popular quotes about plans. Benjamin Franklin says, "If you fail to plan, you plan to fail." But then Mike Tyson comes in and says, "Everyone's gonna plan until they get punched in the face." I have made my plans. Now I can only hope that my journey follows the spirit of the prior quote and not the latter. If you'd like to stay updated on the development of Trouble in All Skies, you can follow me on Patreon or Ko-Fi. Even if you don't want to pledge any cash, which is fine, I sometimes post updates on those platforms that are visible to free members. You can also just subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I think I'll be most active and try to keep you posted here every week. As for social media, I've stopped using those attention-grabbing platforms as they tend to distract me and cause my productivity to suffer. I hope you understand, but if you wish to reach out, please comment here for now, or suggest a way for us to communicate in a non-distractible way or something. Stay tuned and goodbye.